Everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only Joey Lawrence.
How are you?
What is going on? I mean, I should just say the walrus is in the house.
Right. Yes, my alter ego, the walrus.
How is it going? I mean, like, you've done so much in your career, TV and film and music. Like, what drew you to The Masked Singer?
Well, look, I mean, obviously it's a fun show. I'm always looking to do something that I haven't done, before. I haven't performed live in a while, so it was fun to get back out there and sing live. I did a lot of that in the late '90s and the early aughts there, but always working on music and stuff. So it's fun to just get out there and sing and perform. To be perfectly honest with you, it's been it was also part of a burgeoning relationship that I have with the Fox company, which I'm very excited about. We've had a lot of success over on Tubi, which is their streamer, doing the first original movie that they ever had called Swim, which ended up being a massive hit over there. And then my wife and I co-wrote a really cool, fun, romantic comedy called Frankie Meets Jack, which is going to be their big Valentine's Day movie coming out in 2023. And the brothers and I are working on a new half-hour scripted series, Fox and the three of us are mutually minded and are very excited about, developing it and bringing our services back together again for the first time in 17 years, working as bros on a situational comedy. So we're very, very excited about all that stuff. And this is just another sort of step. Fox was like, listen, man, you're going to be part of the Fox family, which I've never been in my 41 years of doing this. I've been obviously the other networks and had a lot of success over there, been very lucky, but have not brought my services to Fox. So very excited about this. And Masked Singer just felt like the right sort of step. They were like, we'd love you to be a part of this as you're a part of so many other things we're working on. I was like, sounds good. I'm a team player. Sounds like a lot of fun. And we did have a lot of fun. So it was a really good time.
Can you tell us, because I did hear this rumor, can you tell us now that you're on the Fox family, anything about this brotherly show that you're developing with your brothers in Fox?
All I'll tell you is, because we're in the middle of it right now, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that Matt and Andy and I, after all these years of not working together, are really re-energized about coming back to multi-camera and doing it again. I feel like the audience has been so good to us. They've been so patient with us, and they've been begging us to do it for literally 10 years. And I feel like we're all at the right place emotionally and mentally and creatively. To come back together as like grown men, I think is really going to be a lot of fun to this platform that we had so much success in as kids. We want to get it right for the fans. It really is all about the fans. Fortunately, I know the medium really well. I know what's missing from a lot of the half-hour comedy in the multi-camera format that's out there today. It is a real art form. And there is a musicality to it, and it really is character driven. It's not really premise driven so much. It's character driven, as we know by all the shows that we love, right? Whether it's Will and Grace or Friends or Seinfeld or, any one of these, How I Met Your Mother, Big Bang. I mean, all these shows, it's about the characters. You could literally watch the characters talking about paint drying. And because you're invested in those characters, that's what it's about. And today we get caught up in so much like the premise. Well, what's the premise? Premise doesn't really matter. It's really the characters. That's the relatability. And anything those characters go through, which you can relate to real life and all the ups and downs, and obviously it'll be very relevant to today. I think if those characters are relatable and you're invested, you'll watch them do anything. And then the musicality, which is all part of half-hour multi-camera. So we're just really, really excited about it. I think Fox is the perfect spot for it. And, their audience and our audience, I think, is mutually minded and just really excited about, this whole thing. So we're really charged up about it, Matt and Andy and I. So, and we're working together right now. Where I'm at right now is this Winter Wonderland, as we do a sequel to our Christmas movie that we did last year for Amazon, which was called Mistletoe Mix-Up, which was a really big hit for them. So we're doing a sequel, which will be out Christmas in 23. So it's exciting.
Wow. Well, if this new Fox half-hour comedy is anything like Brotherly Love, sign me up.
It's going to be better. I promise.
Well, that's all you need to say. When you think
we got one viewer, we got
we
you.
Have, well, and all these listeners here, I'm sure are going to be in as well. When you think back to the beginning, though, Give Me a Break, which I watched, so now I'm dating myself. I mean,
hey man, you're dating me. We're dating each other. It's fantastic.
I'm dating both of us now,
Yes.
but we're like holding up well. So that's all that counts.
I like to think so. Trying to eat my blackberries and moisturize,
It just takes a little extra at this age. Do you remember that you were so young? Like, do you remember your days on that show?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I started that show when I was 6. I'd done a year of national commercials, did the Carson show and all that explosion. And then NBC, and the greats over there, Brandon Tartikoff and all those geniuses were like, look, we got to have this little, kid that's somewhat funny on our network. And yeah, they slotted me into this really great show. They had shot the pilot for, and done a season, and they were like, we need something. So they mixed it up and I was able to be a part of that. But I remember it vividly. I remember everything about that. We used to rehearse with that show. We weren't on the set. That was a luxury that later came. And now Half Hour Comedy doesn't even know what it's like to rehearse when you're not actually on your set. We were in rehearsal halls and they would put tape on the floor and the tape would represent the different rooms. And you'd have a couch for the couch and a mock kitchen table for the kitchen table. But we would pantomime almost everything, walking in and out of doors, going up and down the steps. We weren't on the actual stage till the day before the live audience rolled in, because they would have to build it, because there were so many half-hour comedies and there was such limited amount of space that we would share the stage we were on with Different Strokes and Silver Spoons, and they would build those. We would shoot on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or Fridays, depending on the week. I mean, it was crazy, but what a skill set to learn, because that was like training. I mean, you didn't have the luxury of anything. You had to just imagine it. You weren't on the set till the day before,
Wow.
Yeah.
Also on that show, Rosie O'Donnell played Nell's neighbor. Do you remember? Do you remember working with Rosie back then?
Not only do I remember working with Rosie was fantastic. Jonathan Silverman was also on that show. We also had Sammy Davis Jr. on that show and Milton Berle. I got the tap dance, dude, with Sammy Davis Jr. I got to do comedy with Milton Berle. I mean, this is like, I didn't even know what was happening, how amazing that was, But yes, Rosie was on there. Not only do I remember her, but she was so nice to me, and we would hang out all the time. She had I'm a car guy, right? Love cars. She had a dope tan 1983 RX-7 Mazda, and she took me with the T-tops. She took me for a ride in that car, dude. I was like blown away. So yes, very, very fond memories of Rosie, and later went on and did her talk show, and for years. It's crazy. You do this 41 years, like I've done this, and you keep seeing people at different stages in their careers, and they see me at different stages of my careers. And it's an amazing thing,
Wow. Well, you went from playing one Joey on Give Me a Break to another one on Blossom. Look, you reunited on Call Me Kat with all your co-stars. I mean, the Twitterverse went crazy. Like, why do you think it is that all these years later, like, what is it about Blossom that people just love this show?
I think it's just, look, it really struck a chord. I think for the day and age, it was very edgy. We dealt with